Welcome back to Fog Gaming, and we are here to rank the main Resident Evil games in the franchise. I don't know why they've included Revelations, because when I'm talking about main, I'm thinking the numbers one.
Yep.
Right?
But they have included them, so...
Yep, fuck knows why they've included them. This is, I mean, 8 tiers we've got. Favourite, favourite? It's not really favourite. That's wrong, isn't it? Favourite's more just, it's like the best. GOAT territory.
Yeah, I get that edited.
GOAT.
Game of all time.
Yes. Right, but anyway, we are kicking off the list with Resident Evil 0. Where it all began, even though it didn't really begin here. But...
No, but I like Resident Evil 0. First comes out in, 2002. Gives you a backstory, really, to... Well, not a backstory, but a kind of prologue to Resident Evil 1. I'd like to say it kind of gave you a bit of detail of the Alpha, the Bravo team, but it doesn't really. I mean, you get to know some of the members. You get, like, it's basically...
A 5-minute fucking introduction.
It's basically the Rebecca show with some convict Billy.
There's not really a convict, but he is a convict.
You get a couple of cutscenes involving the other characters. To me, I think Resident Evil 0, Enrico should have been made a much bigger deal.
Yep.
And it would have been nice to have seen a bit more of the Bravo team before they die. But then again, let's be honest, there's a couple of members of the Alpha team that you don't really fucking know much about, so... Yeah,
they are the jobbers, man.
That Joseph Forrest guy, he doesn't last long.
Nope, he is not good. But I think the game goes downhill once you get off the train. It's literally just a carbon copy of the mansion, but it's even a pish version of the mansion.
It's not actually the mansion you're in, isn't it?
No, it's a training facility.
I always thought it was the mansion.
Yeah, it's just I mean, and then the boss at the end. It's
so
like,
how do you end up at the training facility, but Enrico ends up at the mansion? It doesn't really...
What makes... Because you're on the train, and he's not on the fucking train.
But how far away is that?
I don't know. But they're on the train for a while, like.
But see, I always
If you're playing on the train for an hour, that means the train can go an hour.
I always thought you were going to meet up, though, with Enrico, but I guess you're not, because you're fucking nowhere near him in reality.
Yeah, and that just proves how much you know, buddy. But anyway...
No, I know you're not anywhere near him, but I mean, I always thought, like...
if they're both in the mansion, you have to be relatively close, like.
Well, when I first played, I thought it was the mansion. Obviously, I know it's not the mansion now, but, you know what I mean? I thought it was a mansion. Well, it's like a mansion rip-off, right? So
that's what I'm saying. It's an umbrella training facility. It's good seeing Wesker and Birkin in it, but it's not exactly lighting the fucking world on fire here, guys.
I mean, Rebecca's decent. Billy's decent. But...
they're kind of what you'd expect from prologue characters, ain't the main characters.
Yeah, I'd say it's a B game. I mean, above average. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's good. Who knows? Fuck.
I don't know. I'd say B for now. We'll see what the other ones get. Right. Next up, we've
got...
that sums up Resident Evil Revelations. This game kind of fills in the blank between 5 and 6.
This game's bit. Well, actually, that's not even bad.
It is bad. Like, that's not a joke. Come on, it's bad. No, but think of it. The monsters in it are just those big bloated things.
It's pretty shit.
I mean, they bring in Barry, right? Who you thought was dead for the first one. Well, I mean, technically there's about 27 different endings in the first one. They bring Barry in. But come on.
I thought we were going to get a berry sandwich. I mean, Resident Evil it's alright. Like, but let's be honest, it's not really got any of the main characters. Claire, to me, was always a
jobber.
Yeah.
Meh.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
No, it's not.
I wouldn't say any. Well, actually, maybe 7. I don't like 6.
Maybe average, no. I don't know.
I'll put it in there. Right. Next up, we've got Resident Evil 3, a game. Now, this isn't the original. This is just the remake. I liked it, but it's short. I mean, I completed it in under 50 minutes, and that obviously not the first time, but graphics are amazing. Can't fault that.
Cutscenes, even though we don't get many, are amazing. Are pretty good. I like the way you get to play as Carlos. I would have liked more interaction with the Carlos's group, but we don't get that. As soon as you meet them, you split up, which is my pet fucking peeve.
Well, I'll put it this way, right? It's got a load of cons, but it was probably the best game I played in 2020.
Probably. I mean, I'd say it's a good game. I like it.
Yeah. You know what? It could be higher, but it's far too short, and they left out major parts of the third one.
And the fact that after a couple of battles with the Nemesis, it kind of turns into some fucking mutated.
Right, and next up we have got Code Veronica. This game was supposed to be the third game.
Never played it.
Well, I've played it. I've watched basically what happens in it, but this was supposed to be the third one because they signed a deal, but then they decided, actually, hold on here, we can't do this because we need to bring an exclusive for a new console. So they come up with this. Basically, you're at it's like another jobber mansion, but then Claire and Chris escape it. They go to Antarctica to confront Wesker. And it was actually like a pretty decent 2-minute fist fight between Wesker and Chris on a fighter jet.
Yeah, so overall, where are you putting it?
I think it's. I'll be honest. I mean, I've played like the first couple of hours of it. I've watched the scenes. I'm tempted to put it above Zero, but
I'm tempted to say no.
I know, but a Chris vs Wesker fight scene. I mean, does that surpass anything in Zero? Like,
no, we get Billy fucking doing a diving shot into a...
Right, next up though, guys, we've got a game. I put it above average, but below it. Next up, we've got Resident Evil 6, a game that we played. You know what? We played the first mission of this game. We thought, holy fuck, this game's the greatest game of all time. No,
we didn't. I mean, the first episode's alright, like, but it was not even the greatest. No, come on.
Well, yeah,
it's decent.
I'm over exaggerating the fact before it was going to be good, great even, and then it just died. It just fucking once that bus went off the cliff, so did the game.
Aye. Unfortunately, even after this, Leon's campaign does go downhill, and the other campaigns just weren't really up to much. Kristen Pierce, I felt like it was like we were playing like God of War or something like that, or some sort of game like that.
Yep.
And then
Wesker's son, who's just pish.
I would probably say that Wesker and what's her face, Sherry, probably had a more interesting campaign than the Chris campaign.
But you got Chris.
But because Chris is in the Chris campaign, I'm more invested in the Chris campaign, if that makes sense. But I do think the Chris campaign itself is shit.
Like, the fact you've got more or less all the main characters here. You get Leon and Chris face to face for the first time.
Yeah.
It is, I mean, it's a bad game, but there is some pretty great moments.
Some nostalgia shit.
So does that warrant... I'd probably put it in meh. It really should be a lot better, but there is some pretty over
meh?
moments. What?
I'd give it a C. It says at least average, like.
Average for it being absolute shit?
Is it shit?
I'd say it's shit, bar some good moments. Like, that's what I was thinking, meh, above Revelation.
See, it's difficult doing these tier lists because we think a little differently about.
Right, well, if you want to put it.
No, we'll go, mate. I mean, I'd fucking probably put it in. Okay.
You know what? That's what we'll do.
What did you put down to bad?
Revelations.
I don't think Revelations is that bad.
Right, but we've got Revelations 2, so you can tell me all about it if you know about Revelations.
I played recently Revelations 2. You've got Barry with the wee girl again, and then you've got Claire with the other person.
It's episodic.
Yeah, it's for me, it's meh. I'd probably put it below Resident Evil Revelations 1.
Okay.
I don't think it's a bad game. I probably should play it. I might play it.
It's on a boat.
I'll probably download it and we'll play it, but...
I never upload it. Good guy. Right, next up though, we've got Resident Evil 2.
Remake or original?
Yes, remake.
Thought it was great, but I think it could have been a lot better than it was.
Well, put it this way, I think it's a lot like 3, but I think there's a lot more in it than 3, so I think it has to go above 3.
Yeah, I mean, again, how many characters is there really in Resident Evil 2? You get basically one.
I say there's a lot better cutscenes in the third one, actually, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I think the games are lacking the major cutscenes. I think the fact that Claire and Leon pretty much never interact is piss poor as well. There's some cutscenes with Marvin, but I would have liked more. I would have liked more interaction with with your characters and Marvin. You get the gun shop owner. I kind of like to see him in the game more. Even if it's not exactly what happened in the original, could they not have maybe had a 10-minute period of the game where he, you know what I mean,
helps you.
What about like a standoff thing where you're trapped with him inside his gun shop?
I know.
And you have to like board the place up and withstand a
but
attack.
very good, hee-haw.
You know, I don't know. I mean, I would have liked to see more of that. Obviously, the story differs depending on who you're playing as. I mean, the cutscenes and a bit of the story differ, but in reality, you're kind of still you're still running about the same police station.
Yeah, the police station thing's the exact same.
And it's the other part not kind of similar as well, no?
Well, no, because Claire's got Mr. X as her boss. Well, he's got Birkin, or it might be the other way about. So at least there's a difference in that. In one of the campaigns, Mr. X gets fucking sawed in half by the Birkin guy. And he kind of goes,
Yeah, but I mean, overall, you're still at the end of the day, you're still in that underground bit trying to blow it. I mean, it's still the same shit, kind of, with just different cutscenes.
Yes, so where's it going? Above 3?
Yeah, it's probably. I'd say it's
Good.
I don't know. Probably
Greater.
tempted to go great.
Okay, we'll put it in great. Right, next
But the
up.
thing, I do think the best part of it is when you're in the police station.
Yeah, and you've got your wee fucking pistol with your flashlight like Alan Wake, and then you see the liquor on the wall, and it's badass.
You don't turn out to piss at me.
I was putting it over.
I just prefer the police. The fact that some people are getting out of the police station and see the fact that some people are getting out of the police station in 20 minutes. To me that breaks the game.
Yes,
That's the best part of the game. Why would you want that to be over in 20 minutes?
Damn right. Next up, we have got Resident Evil 4, and people say this is the best one ever. You probably go with that as well.
Aye.
I think it's overrated. Like, I do think. I mean, I've got no complaints. I've got no complaint if someone wants to put it as the best. I think it's probably the perfect mix between the original trilogies and the rest of them.
Right. Well, I would say it's the GOAT.
But I'll tell you what elevates this. I think Leon. Like, I get it. He's the main character. But could you like, he's funny, all the badass moves. But could you imagine if it was like Leon's so much better than Chris, in my opinion. Like, they do it solo.
Yeah.
Chris is just a bland bastard, but he's over.
Aye.
He works.
I think Leon's the best, and it's not just Leon. Like, there's so many cool characters in this game. You've got Ada in it, you've got Cruiser in it. In the villains, you've got Big Cheese, who's like a mini villain. Then you've got Salazar. You've got the wee guy. I mean, there's just loads of. You got Louise, I think, who's a good supporting character.
Stop shooting me, Leon.
Do you know what I mean? So I mean, for me, there's a shitload of good characters in this game. You've got the introduction of the chainsaw guy. I mean, it was cool. I know a lot of people don't really like it the way it was like the first game that went away from the whole zombie thing, but to me, it's setting a standard. This, you know what I mean? It's like a brand new thing here.
Yes.
It paved the way for Resident Evil 5 and 6, whether people like those games or not. And I think they did something brave, and I think they pulled it off.
Yeah, like I said, it's a perfect mixture of everything. But would you not agree, though, that people make it out as if it's like so much better than the other ones, and it's not really?
Probably, yeah.
So, but would you? Is it going S? S plus?
Yeah, I'd probably say.
Super S plus, brother. Right, next up, Resident Evil 5. Oh, if I didn't get battered playing co-op on this about 11 years ago, do you think?
I think this is also S.
Plus?
Aye. Because, I've got to be honest, albeit I don't really like the whole storyline, the fact that it was co-op, I think, was a game changer.
And the fact that brings back the whole... You get Jill and Wesker, and it just ends up.
And I think there's so much replay value.
Yep.
The fact that it's co-op. And, yeah, like, Wesker's reintroduced into the game. Chris and Wesker.
You've come quite an inconvenience for me.
It's great. I really do like the storyline. I'm not a massive fan of the fact they're in Africa, but I think the story is good.
Yeah, there's a few parts that's pish, but it's not like the sixth one. There is actual horror in it. It's not just full-on fucking action.
Yeah. And Wesker's the ultimate heel, so a Resident Evil game with him in it does... He is mentioned in Resident Evil 4.
Well, he's in it a bit, like.
But
he's in a few video calls.
Yeah, but that's not really enough, is it really? So I think Wesker being in Resident Evil 5, definitely... I don't know, to me, if I'm thinking the best game, to me it's those two.
Yes.
You can think that if you think I'm wrong, you can think I'm wrong. Where would you put it?
No, that's where I would have put it. It's my favourite, but I do think 4 is better than it as a story thing, but the co-op thing elevates it. Right, next up we've got the 7th one. This is where they went, we reinvented ourselves with 4, so why not fucking kill the series with 7?
I actually like 7.
Well, I don't. I think it's pish.
I think 7 again.
It's not. No, I think it's a good game, but it's not Resident Evil. It's not. It's just you're fun. I mean, he fucking gets his arm cut off, and then every time you
What I
heal,
hate the most about
he
it
pours
is
liquid over him.
there's no Resident Evil characters.
Well, Chris is in at the end. Like.
Yeah, but I'm not really counting that.
Yeah,
I don't mind.
it's not Resident
I
Evil.
don't mind the direction they took it in. I don't mind the gameplay or the controls or anything like that. But I just don't like the fact that you're playing as some guy called, what's this, Ethan? And the story isn't really that great. I mean, your girlfriend's went missing or whatever. You go and you're at some baker household. That's the best part of the game. Once you leave that household, the game becomes kind of fucked up. The last third of the game isn't good. You kind of escape on a dinghy, and you end up on some fucking ship, like ghost ship.
It's just man of my dad.
Yeah, no, I mean, definitely the first half of the game is a lot stronger than the second half. Overall, I don't think it's a bad game. I'd say it's better than 6. Like.
So, is we getting our first average here?
No, I'd say it's an average game.
Dun 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 dun. Yeah, fair enough. I think it was a good game, but it's not Resident Evil, and I think that,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Chris showing up at the end doesn't even look like Chris. I mean, you wouldn't even know it's Chris.
No, I didn't know.
Yeah, no one knew. Right.
I don't know. Did I complete it? I can't remember.
Next up, we've got the game I recently completed. Well, I say recently. Fuck, it's nearly a year ago I completed this. It was literally when the first lockdown came in. I completed it twice.
What are you going to complete during the second lockdown?
Fucking, I've had loads of lockdowns. I was just mentioning that this is the one I've completed most well. Yeah, I completed this after 3. So, yes.
Resident Evil 1
the
remake.
first one, the remake.
I think it's better than the original Resident Evil.
Oh, aye, the voice. I mean, the cutscenes.
Just
and
like
all.
I think the Resident Evil 2 remake's better than the first original Resident Evil 2, and I do think the original I do think the Resident Evil 3 remake is better than the original Resident Evil 3, even though it's missing a shitload of the game. Just for me, the graphics alone and the better voice acting, I think's better. See, looking back, see the original Resident Evil games. The voice acting was fucking dodgy, like.
Yeah.
It was cheap. No, I'm not saying Resident Evil 1 remake's perfect,
No, the voice acting is still a bit pish.
but it's better than the original Resident Evil.
Yep.
Hands fucking down. I would love to see Resident Evil 1 remade
Like 2 and 3.
Like 2 and 3 have been remade.
But apparently they're doing that with 4, which I don't think why. How much better will 4 look?
Yeah, but that's the reason the Resident Evil 2 and 3 feel like a totally different remake is because the control systems.
And it's over the shoulder.
Yeah, it's kind of. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a massive difference between 4 and. Obviously, the graphics will be much better. Like, not a fucking tool. The graphics will be a lot better, but. To me, like, if you play Resident Evil 2 and 3, the original, and then you play the remake, it's a completely fucking totally different experience. Whereas I don't feel it'll necessarily, a Resident Evil 4 remake will necessarily be that.
Mm-hmm.
But with that being said, I really like this Resident Evil 1 remake. I definitely put it above Zero because you've got better characters in it. You've got the Alpha team, which more people care about. You're in the mansion. You've got Wesker.
This is where it all began. This is where you meet everyone. I think anywhere less than S Plus would be shafting it. Come on, man. The giant spider, the snake, all the deaths, the wee theme songs. You're almost a Jill sandwich.
I sure put it in S+. I go for it.
Bought me S Plus.
Aye.
Come on, man. Wesker getting fucking hit by the thing at the end.
Impaled, aye. And there's our listing,
The heel
guys.
turn, Enrico getting shot. Great guy.
No, I would like to see more of Enrico, but it didn't happen. So no game gets in the bottom 2 categories, and to be fair, I think that's fair enough. Like I don't think they'll say it.
Like we said with 6. I mean, it's not. I mean,
it's not a bad game, is it? Like,
it's just.
It's disappointing.
Yes. It's bad in your expectations, but it's not a bad game.
I mean, in reality, it's probably above average, like, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think we just got to rank it down for. I mean, see it in the news of. Right,
I think we were misled. I think they led us to believe that Resident Evil 6 was going back to its roots.
If 4, right, put it this way though. If 4 and 5's that good, right? And this one's promising, you're getting more or less all those characters. You're getting Chris and Leon, you're getting Ada. You know what I mean? You're getting Sherry, you're getting all these people who have been in it, and they're all coming together. 4-player co-op. Oh, double the co-op, brother. Must be better. Didn't happen. But till then, guys, peace.